All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're going to be looking at something that's probably been on your radar for a while now, SOAR.
Oh, czar.
Yeah, it stands for Security Orchestration, Automation, and Response.
Okay.
It's one of those things that's really making waves in the cybersecurity world.
Mm.
I don't know about you, but just hearing that name, Security Orchestration, Automation, and Response, I kind of feel like I'm going to need a little help to unpack it all.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mouthful.
It is, it is. But, I think the way I like to think about it is, imagine if you had this, like, tireless security assistant, right?
Right.
Working behind the scenes, 24/7 to keep your digital life safe and sound. I mean, that's really the promise of SR.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're going to be digging into today, really understanding what it is, what it does, and why it really should matter to you.
So I think the best way to start to understand SR is to first take a look at the threat landscape that businesses are facing today.
Okay, yeah, let's set the stage here.
Yeah, I mean, every day, we hear about these data breaches and these sophisticated phishing schemes and full-blown ransomware attacks. It's a lot for any security team to handle.
It really is. It's almost like trying to drink from a fire hose.
Exactly.
So where does O fit in?
Well, SR is basically like a control center
Okay.
for all of your security tools. It integrates everything and lets them communicate and work together, really seamlessly. And it's not just about reacting to these threats, it's also about proactively hunting them down. And then once you find them, coordinating a response.
That's fascinating. So when you say it like that, it kind of makes it sound like it's like just for massive corporations.
Oh, not at all.
But would a small business, even
Yeah.
with a small, very limited IT team, could they benefit from so?
Absolutely. And that's actually one of the great things about SOAR is its flexibility. It really can be customized to fit your needs. It doesn't matter what your budget is.
Okay.
And there are even some SOAR solutions that are designed specifically for those small to medium-sized businesses.
Okay, so very scalable. Now, you mentioned, and we've kind of been talking about it, but there's 3 pillars of SR, right?
Right.
Orchestration, automation, and response.
Right.
Can we break those down a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's start with orchestration. And this is where SR acts like a detective.
Oh, okay, I like this.
It's gathering all this threat data from various sources, including your internal logs, and even these external threat intelligence feeds. You can think of those as like real-time updates on what the latest cyber threats are out there.
Okay. So it's not just looking like what's happening within a company's network. It's actually looking at what's happening like out in the wild.
Exactly. And it analyzes all of this information, and it uses that to understand the context of security alerts. And this is really important because it can help us identify potential risks before they become major problems.
That sounds like it could save a lot of time
Absolutely. And a lot of headaches.
and a lot of headaches for security teams.
And that actually brings us to the next pillar, which is automation. And this is really where SR shines. So think about all of those repetitive tasks that security teams have to do every single day. Things like analyzing malware samples, resetting passwords, stuff like that. SOAR can automate many of these tasks, which frees up really valuable time for those professionals so that they can focus on, more strategic work.
Okay, so let's say a suspicious file enters the network. How would SOAR handle that?
Okay, so SOAR could automatically quarantine that file. It could scan it for any known malware, and it could even cross-reference it against known threats, from those threat intelligence feeds.
Okay.
And then, if it deems it malicious, SOAR could actually block that file from spreading further
Oh, wow.
and then alert the security team.
So it really is like having this 24/7 security guard that's always on, never gets tired,
Exactly.
never misses a beat.
Precisely. But even the best defenses can be breached.
Of course, yep.
And that's where the response pillar comes in. So SOAR helps organizations plan for and respond to these incidents and to do it quickly and effectively. It's like having a well-rehearsed playbook, for handling these security breaches.
So it's not just about putting out fires. It's about having that plan in place, that strategic plan, to know exactly what to do when something happens.
Exactly. And SOAR can actually trigger a series of actions automatically based on these predefined workflows.
Okay.
For example, it could isolate affected systems, block malicious IP addresses, even notify relevant stakeholders. And then one other great thing is it can document every step of the process
Oh, wow.
for future analysis and improvement.
This is like making me rethink how I approach security for my own data, hearing about all this.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful stuff.
So I think what our listeners are probably wondering right now is, okay, what are the key takeaways? Why should we care about SOAR?
Well, SOAR offers a number of benefits.
Okay.
The first one, it saves time and it improves efficiency.
Okay, that's huge these days.
It does that by automating all those routine tasks. The second thing is it strengthens security. It does that by proactively identifying and responding to threats. And then finally, it just provides peace of mind because it ensures this swift and coordinated response to any incidents that do pop up.
It really does sound like this is becoming an essential tool. Anything else that we should know about SOAR before we wrap up here?
I think it's important to remember that SOAR is not a silver bullet.
Right.
It's a powerful tool. It can really enhance your security, but it's just one piece of the puzzle.
Okay.
You still need skilled security professionals to manage and oversee the system.
That's a really important point. I think people, sometimes think that this is just like a set it and forget it type of thing.
Right.
It's not. You need somebody at the helm.
Exactly. Yeah. And, I think another thing to keep in mind is cyber threats are always evolving. So SR technology also needs to evolve. And, I think one really exciting area to watch is how SR can leverage these emerging technologies like artificial intelligence and machine learning.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see, how that changes and makes it even more sophisticated and more effective in the years to come.
That is a fascinating thought.
Yeah.
Well, as we wrap up our deep dive into SOAR today, I encourage you all to keep exploring this technology. Learn about it. It has big implications, and as we all know, the world of cybersecurity is constantly evolving.
It is.
So staying informed is absolutely the best way to protect yourself and all your digital assets.
Couldn't agree more.
Until next time, be safe out there.